Yo, it's Adrian. He's gonna do a dance. He's got ants in his pants. Yeah.
Wait, did I press record?
Oh my goodness.
What's up, guys? My name's Adrian.
Me!
And I'm all out of energy drink.
You're like somebody in the desert, like, this is one drop left.
I need the drop. We're doing reacts. Today we're going to be reacting to Red vs. Blue. Season 6. Episode 13, 14, 15, and 16.
Pain.
We're almost at the end of the 6th season.
Oh my goodness.
After this, I believe there's 3 more episodes.
Oh my goodness.
What
Oh my goodness.
happened last time?
Go ahead.
So, I mean, I guess a couple things happened. So we learned that the freelancers obtained one AI, but they were, like, copied it. So they copied this AI, and each copy was named a different name with Greek letters. They gave it to the other freelancers. The talk between the chairman and the director has been becoming more intense. What else? We ended off on they're all going to command because the Meta left because he took Delta, but Church went to Ghost Form, went into Church, and found a little message from Delta saying memory is the key. He told that to Washington. They told that to him, and he basically said, okay, we gotta talk to the Alpha, because apparently it knows everything of the memory. It has all the memory. And then while I was rewatching it and stuff, and I want to know whether or not the naming of the AIs, of the Greek alphabets, do they have any other meaning to it? Like Greek alphabets are used for many things, obviously fraternities and sororities, but in mathematics and engineering and physics and stuff like that. So I wonder if any of the definitions or ways that the Greek letters are used, those terms, does it equivalent to this? So for example, alpha, beta, and gamma are the waves of radiation in science and stuff like that. Theta is commonly used as if you're missing an angle in trigonometry, you have cosine theta equals stuff like that.
Yeah, totally.
Delta, the Greek delta usually means a difference of something. And then the only thing else I could think of is sigma. Sigma in math terms usually means addition or the sum of all things. So but delta is used, or not delta. Sigma is used in a lot of matrices and geometry, trigonometry type stuff, which is all fun. Love trigonometry, so fun. Matrices, sine, cosine, tangents. Anyways, so I wonder if those things coincide.
Didn't know I was gonna get a goddamn lesson today. The freak.
I'm wondering if they're not gonna name all the AIs, but they're just gonna name all the cool sounding Greek letters. Because they got Alpha, which is a cool one.
Yeah.
They got Delta, which is a cool one.
Yeah.
Gamma,
Yeah.
Omega.
Yeah.
Out of the other ones, what other?
Pi's pretty cool.
Epsilon's pretty cool.
Pi.
You
okay, man? What's going on with you?
3.15.
Jesus.
3.14, 15.
We're just talking about pie in general, bro. Pumpkin,
Oh,
apple,
yeah, you're right.
Dutch.
I can't think of
chocolate.
other.
Yeah.
Enough of me rambling. Let's get straight on into this.
Okay.
Make sure to support the original content as always.
All right.
Alright, and let's get going in 3, 2, 1, and...
Dude,
Oh, he sounds
Our laws
tired.
are not designed to outline every possible infraction that may take place. However, the spirit of the law is clear. Blatant disregard for the safety and well-being of our citizens in any form will always be a punishable offense, regardless of how well or by whom that offense has been justified.
Yeah, what the? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I see that. That's pretty accurate. Nice. Maybe. That warthog is destroyed. Shoot him?
Man, that G-Pad's a really big gun. Don't get any ideas.
Just shooting, right?
Get down there and save them. I'm really starting to hate this part of the job. Well, at least you're getting a lot of practice at it. Don't patronize me. If we let one or two of them die, we could probably all squeeze into one car. I'm just saying, just think about it. And if enough of us die, we can fit on a motorcycle. All right, good. He's gone. Caboose.
Do they have motorcycles back then?
I'll be right back.
I think they were introduced in 3, right? Oh wait, that also reminds me of something that we totally glossed over in like the very first episode. I know I just shared this horrible.
Yeah, no.
Was that Tex's body or Tex's body and stuff was recovered by the Blues in 17B. But they, that one survivor, the one lone survivor, was saying like, "Hey, this thing, which is like the meta, went over to the blue base and started destroying them and stuff like that." And he said when it came over to the red base, it was different. You could barely see it. It was like camouflaged. So like you could say that the meta went over, took out Tex. Or Tex's suit, gained the Tex's powers, which is invisibility and stuff like that,
yeah.
and then went over to the red base and started taking them out. I don't know why we glossed over that, but yeah. So now he's gonna go find Tex's body, because Tex is Ghost too, so she's probably lingering around there somewhere. Oh gosh. Nice. That worked. That was the plan. What is that?
Hey dude, in the future, don't ask for shit. The Hornet's gonna get him. Yeah, they blew up our Jeep though. That kinda sucks. And they killed 2 of our friends, right? Oh yeah, that too. Still, I think
Oh gosh.
You okay? Me? Yeah, you. What was that noise? I didn't hear anything.
He got her.
I sneezed. You sneezed. Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna go in the base now. Gonna go do some patrolling in there. You know how it goes. Standard ops stuff. Okay, see ya. What are you talking about? The CO said to stay out here. Make sure no one gets into the base. It's okay. I spoke to the sergeant. He gave me special orders. Okay, yeah. Wait, you mean the captain? Yeah? Yeah, right. That guy. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just like left it. The Hornet, I think it's called.
Damn. Moose, what is Church doing? Doing? Why not make a watching? You keep on standing next to me, watching you get killed by the giant spaceship.
Perfect.
Really? Can you put him on then? Oh, I don't think so.
I think he's gonna be like, I won!
Before you go, it'll be just like
Yeah, but I was gonna say something about like, oh, church has fainted. Bye. Yeah. You're right though.
Sir, while I appreciate your concern, allow me to correct you in one area.
Oh, here we go.
I value all our subjects' well-being.
That's a lie.
I fear above all else our ability to continue as a species, our ability to survive.
Here.
No bureaucrat
His.
will ever convince me otherwise.
He has that thing of kill a few, save the many.
I'll be right back. Tex? Tex, are you here? Tex, come on. Tex! Allison? Alright, freeze. What? She told us to be on the lookout for someone acting odd, and you're acting up. So hands up. Hey, buddy, come on. You need to be like all knocked out. Thanks for watching church. Is that you in there? Yeah, one sec. Yeah. There. What happened? I feel kind of...
Knock him.
What do you think you're doing in here? I had to see Tex's body.
Did you just faint?
What happened? Okay.
I know all about her church. Come on, you're not gonna find anything in here. Where is she? She should be here, right? I mean, shouldn't she? We've all lost people, church. What's important is that you remember her.
He doesn't think that she's
What's
a
even
ghost.
more important is that you don't slow me down while I'm in the middle of a mission. What now? What is going on out here? What does it look like? We're running from this stupid plane. Well, we need to leave. We have a warthog at Blue Base. We'll take that and you follow me. What about this ship? Well, take it down.
How is it not simple?
So easy. Why don't you do it? Fine.
Oh, he's gonna pull like a super cool move. A sticky grenade. I hated those guns.
Should we help him? We could. Or we could take bets on how long he's gonna live. I get $10 since it's less than
Pretty sure he's gonna live.
I'll take that extra.
Oh, he's gonna use a jump pad, right? No?
Oh. Smart.
And then this is why he's a freelancer. And you guys are just reds and blues.
Okay, now can we go?
Cool guys know who get explosions.
The Freelancer Command Facility is an underground complex of secure bunkers and fortified chambers. Let's put our heads together and see if we can figure out a way to get in there. I have an idea, and let's not do it is not an acceptable idea. Well, you probably should have said that before you asked for suggestions. Nick's idea.
True.
Why don't we call Command and ask them what the proper procedure is for invading their headquarters? Next. How about we build a makeshift nuclear device?
Yes.
No, we have to get in there. Why? Because we need to unlock the Alpha. The what? It's the main AI for Project Freelancer. You know all the AIs that we've been dealing with over the years?
Yes.
It's where they were all copied from originally. You can't copy an AI. The main one? Fuck that. Those things cause all of our problems.
Yes.
Why would we go looking for the main boss one? That's a good question. Agent Washington, do you want to answer that? You will understand everything soon enough. We're not going to...
Will we?
What? You have to go. Not really. We can't infiltrate headquarters with just 3 people.
Yeah, you can.
You were coming. That's an order. Order? You're not a commanding officer. We don't even know what rank you are. I'm a freelancer. Not a rank, dude. The other freelancers never gave orders. They just offered to trade favors. Okay. Then let's
I mean, you're not
What
wrong.
do you want?
Meat bags.
Ooh, milkshake.
We talked about it. We figured out what we want.
Milkshake?
All right, let's have it. We're watching a team up grip. Done. What? Another wasted opportunity. We're now Private Griff again. Got anything lower? Private Junior Griff? I was thinking something with an insulting adjective or maybe a demeaning adverb. How about Minor Junior Private Griff, negative first class? I like the way you... You realize you just doomed us to certain death just so you can insult me, right? Hey, if we do get killed, at least we'll go out on a high note. Well, everybody but you. That's to be expected. You haven't had a high note in 5 years.
Dang. Hey-oh.
We still need to figure out how we're getting in there. Mr. Washington?
Of course.
I have an idea. I really shouldn't even bother asking, should I?
No,
I don't
do
know.
it.
Caboose? An idea? I think he's bluffing. Guys, it's a really good idea. We drive there. Yeah,
my goodness.
Freelancers or recovery agents. They can't see inside of the tank.
Wow.
I mean, he be making big brain moves.
You know?
There's no way this plan is
It's gonna work.
Just stay quiet. Follow my lead. Get off of
Oh my gosh. They're all imposters.
It's hard enough to fit your boat. Go get that. All right, whose hand was that?
That was
Someone
Griff.
in here? I can't breathe.
Whose hand is that? His donut in here?
Looks like there was no incident outpost 17B. Glad you fellas made it out okay. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was crazy. We lost a lot of good men, especially Joe Johnson. He
Yeah,
was a great guy.
he was a great
Remember
guy.
he had a girl back home named Fritzy. Stop embellishing. They already believe us. He also had a dog named Mr. Chomps. Anyway, he's dead now. It's sad. Clear now. So drive on to building 3. Understood. Thanks, Soldier. Can't believe that worked. Yeah. Seems like it was too easy. Wash, you're gonna learn when you work with us. There's no such thing as too easy. Yeah. You're probably right.
He just riding back like no big deal.
Heck yeah.
No invisibility or anything.
So,
Frigate.
wanna do something
Maybe he is invisible. He just wanted to see us.
Frigate.
I wanted us to see it. Whatever.
just subscribe.
I don't know. Now this guy's definitely gonna go after the Alpha. Don't know how that's gonna work though.
Dear Director,
Yes.
please do not attempt to recast this investigation as some type of personal vendetta. Our questions to this point have been fairly standard.
Yeah.
Your reactions have not. As
Yeah,
such,
right.
we have secured all your records and logs by the authority granted us by the UNSC. Now
Okay.
we shall see exactly what it is that you have to hide.
Ooh,
Right, we got it, but that's only part of our mission.
Director's gotta be doing something now.
Oh shit, and I was gonna be in charge of confetti.
Oh.
Reached the AI storage facility. Security's tight since the freelancers tried to break in here. You mean when they tried to steal the Alpha before? Exactly. The freelancers tried to break into their own command facility? That's dumb. That's what we're doing right now, you jackass. So, just because we do something doesn't make it smart.
Yeah, you're right.
Tell me about it. I have the necessary clearance to get close to this storage hall. The plan is, I'll take Church as a prisoner. If I take more than one of you, it won't be believable. Agent Washington, I want you to take me instead. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I won't be your prisoner. Let Church go. He doesn't have anything to do with this. Bruce, I'm not actually going to deal.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna pose as one so we can get past that Church. Don't worry.
He's dead, isn't he?
They will get any information on me. No matter how nicely they ask. Oh my god, just shut up. Sacrificing himself for his CO. What a good soldier. Why can't you two be more like him?
I mean, Simmons would.
Brain dead? I would sacrifice Griff for you, sir.
Oh, okay.
I know you would, Simmons. It's just not the same thing. No, but seriously, I would. Just give me the word. I'll do it right fucking now. Let's go. Bring it. What are you thinking, Church? What about the rest of us? We're sneaking past 7 levels of armed checkpoints. Are you volunteering? It was a hypothetical question.
Yeah, Griff wouldn't do it.
Up and wait for us to finish. And don't touch anything. How will we know when you're done? When you see every guard in the base running in one direction, that means we're probably in trouble. All the guards? What? Wait, well, why are we taking Church again? Just keep the guards off of us, and we'll radio when we're in position. This will be our extraction point. Keep them off you? Yeah, distract them, dipshit. How? Well, this is the center that came up with all the ridiculous scenarios you guys have suffered through over the years. So have fun. Break some shit.
Okay.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Hold on. Don't come any closer. I need you to stay right there, sir. Understood. I need access to the next level. The counselor wants to interrogate another survivor from Outpost 17B. What? I thought all the Blues at Valhalla are dead. Where'd
Nope.
this one come from? I don't have to explain anything to you, soldier. Stand down. Sorry, sir. I didn't mean anything, but that's fine. I'll let it go. As you were. Something doesn't seem right to me. I'm gonna have to call this in. Absolutely. Call it in. Let me just... Now!
Oh gosh. Hey, you being. Oh my. He did not hit a single shot, did he? Oh my gosh, Church.
Hey, can I get a little help on bullets?
Oh my gosh.
This patrol was 17 seconds late. Who's running this place? Coming efficient. Sloppy. I'm bored out of my gourd. So what? Bored is good. Bored means we're not dying. Boredom I can deal with. I have years of practice. Yes, Rip talked. I
Good job. Good job.
That's 10 in a row for you, Caboose. Hey, you know what? We should play again. That's 11 out of 21. Yes! You are both going down. We should try holding our breath next. That's it. I got Sam to stick around. I'm going mad with anticipation. We've only been here 12 minutes. Are you sure? The mission clock says 3 days.
Oh god.
That's because you wouldn't synchronize at the start of the mission. Remember? I said we should synchronize, and you said, why would we synchronize? It's like we're in the future, seeing what the enemy does before they do it. Why would we give up the advantage? Come on, Sam and you could possibly remember an annoying conversation we had 3 whole days ago.
12 minutes ago.
Griff, what's your clock say? Actually, mine's a countdown to the next episode of Battlestar Galactica.
Oh my god.
What again? Man, you guys are really mad at this game.
Why does it sound like you're yelling all the time?
Here. This is it. Whoa. What is this place? It's the storage facility for all the AIs. The rejects, the bad variants. Everything is here. Everything. Dear Lord.
Everything.
Lights on the walls.
My
Holographic
goodness.
storage. And one of these things is Alpha. You work on closing that door. I'll find what we're looking for. And when I do, every soldier on base is sure to come running. So be ready.
Where's the meta? Meta somewhere.
Ow.
Church, I got it. Get over here. Here. This is it. There. Oh, great. You found it already. Ah! What's wrong? Nothing. I just had like a weird flash. Ah! Are you alright? Yeah, I think it's this thing. It's like sending out images. Is this the Alpha? No. This is not the Alpha. No. What is it? This is Epsilon. This is my AI. Hello? Guys,
What?
I'm here.
This is my AI? Not this was my AI. So, wait, what does that even mean? Like, I thought his AI died, though. Or committed suicide.
I don't know.
Unless there was, like, some backup. I guess they could backup data, maybe? We got one more, right? Yeah, we got one more.
Dear Chairman,
Oh, gosh.
I imagine this investigation of our program is providing you with the kind of attention that politicians crave so much.
Yeah.
How very predictable. What has surprised me most about mankind during the Great War is not our ability to adapt to the new arenas of conflict, but instead our willingness in victory to so quickly return to the old.
You mean to tell me we've come all this way for this? Your fucking crazy AI, Epsilon? Yes.
What?
I thought it was gone. But Delta told you memory was the key. At first I thought he meant to remember our first encounter. And when I met Delta the first time, what I told him was, you were encrypted until you could be recovered.
Recovery carries risk. Destruction ensures that an
It
AI.
costs a lot of money, okay? It's cheaper to recover you than it is to delete you. When they removed Epsilon from me, he was unraveling, casting off all his thoughts. I was sure they deleted him, but it's cheaper to store it than it is to delete it.
So they-
right,
okay.
right.
My
Why are we
goodness.
looking for this thing? What's the point? The message specifically said that memory is the key.
Okay.
Delta was telling me that Epsilon was still alive. And Epsilon is the key, in a way. At the end of the war, things didn't look good for humans. And there were dozens of projects all trying to come up with a magic bullet to win. Right? Project Freelancer was one of them.
Okay.
They had to research with aggressive AI. But they could only get the one, and they needed more to conduct their experiments. So, they got desperate. Right. They tried to copy it, but they couldn't, so all AI are based on a human mind. And the director had a theory. He thought, if we can't copy it, we'll just have to do the next best thing. They split it, just like a human mind.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking.
Fragments. It fractures itself to protect itself. They tortured it, like reverse engineering a multiple personality disorder. They presented Alpha with scenario after scenario of stress and danger. When it started to fragment, they harvested
like,
the fragments.
the movie Split.
These horrid little fragments of purifying, compartmentalized emotion. None of them were a full personality. Some were good, like Delta. Delta was Alpha's logic. It needed to protect itself from analyzing what was happening to it, so it segregated that part of its mind. The part that would be able to understand the horror of what they were doing to it. came and threatened to take over, it split that off too. That was Omega, its rage.
Okay.
Gamma was its deceit. Sigma was its creativity. And Epsilon was its memories.
Okay, they mentioned
Memory
Sigma.
is the key.
Really?
Okay, now I'm bored. Simmons, promise to do me a favor. If the madness sets in, just shoot me.
Do everyone a favor and shoot him now.
Is that an order?
No, save your bullets for something worthwhile. Hey, Simmons, get over here. I'll swap.
What's up, sir?
You're good with computers, right?
Well, I'd like to think so. I mean, there's really all different kinds of skill sets. Like, you have your binary computation, you have bus transport.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. If this is command, and these computers have some of those internets installed on,
There's just one internet, sir. And I
Yeah.
don't think it's located inside this building.
they probably have all the information about everything, right?
Yes.
Like in spread of base or one of them broad things. Is she?
I'm sorry, was that something I was supposed to understand? Was that even English?
Come on, man, you know, like on the mainframes, on the Reds and the Blues. Series of tubes and whatnot.
Okay, you're using a lot of terms that don't really make sense.
Yeah,
I
you're.
think you're asking me if these computers store all the data on Red and Blue armies?
Yes.
Control Alt Bingo.
Probably.
Could you get into it?
Yeah, if I had some time. What are you thinking, sir?
Simmons, I want you to erase the Blues.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
the Blues from our canyon?
No, Simmons, all of them. Gone. Erased. This is wiped off the map. Kablooey. Terminate process.
Sir,
Okay.
you just blew my mind.
I don't think this works that way.
Continuing
No?
to torture it, Alpha couldn't keep its sanity and its memories at the same time, so it had to purge them. That fragment became Epsilon, and I was just unlucky enough to have it assigned to me. So you knew. You knew from the beginning what was going on, mostly. They never told anyone what they did here. I got flashes when they put Epsilon in my head, memories of what the director did to it.
So you would say that you have overwhelming feelings of anger and a need for revenge.
More than you know. Just like you're getting now. That's why Epsilon went insane. It was meant to. It was all the horrible experiences that Alpha needed to shed to survive. And that's why it had to be removed from me. Did they know that you had the memories? I never said a word. But they had their suspicions. Do you still have yours?
No, Wash, I never had one. I was in the implant group behind you, remember? And after what happened to you, nobody does.
I would never let them put another AI in my head. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to hide what I knew from another program. Which, ironically, is what led them to think I could be trusted. What do we do with it? We take it. And we get it in the hands of someone who can use all its information. Then they can bring down the person responsible for what was done to Alpha. And to me. And to my friends. They can take down the director. Well, what about the meta?
The meta is what is what he's talking about, right?
How about only the Alpha can do that? Are we gonna find it or not? No. No. After the first attack on command, they moved it. They knew the AI would just convince their freelancers to come looking for it again. So they put it in a place where they didn't think anyone could find it. But where? Shouldn't we be there instead of here? Church, I need you to listen to me.
No.
Delta was the logic.
Yes.
He was able to figure out things before anyone else. It's why he left a message for you in a way that he knew only you could find. And in a way that let me see you getting it. What are you saying? I'm saying I know what you are, even if you don't. Why you can seemingly live without a body. What?
But
Why
so
they
can
stuck you
Tess.
in some useless backwater canyon where no one ever goes. Then why they transferred every person in your outpost to a different base than you. I've been here 14 months. What? Over a year? By yourself? It's why you always agreed with everything Delta said.
You should sit and be happy it is gone.
That makes sense to me. Why you didn't feel anything when Omega got inside your head. Feels very much the same as Stellar. Why you can jump from person to person the way it can. It all adds up then. Omega was the one who inherited that trait. Church, there's no such thing as ghosts. You're one of them. You're an AI. You're the Alpha.
What?
Greetings,
trying to put it all together. Where do I start?
And work our way back to the beginning. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so this is where I'm gonna start. So we were kind of right in the whole like the copying process, because I think when we were first talking about it, we were talking about it as if like the alpha AI was like split. And I remember when we first saw the picture of all the AI that was circling around Delta, that we came to the conclusion that that either the AI were trying to combine in order to become a greater AI than the alpha, or they were trying to gather as like pieces of the puzzle in order to like come back to the alpha state, right? And that makes and now we get it confirmed that they weren't copying it. They were just splitting the alpha into their different personalities, kind of like the movie Split, right? You watched Split, right? I watched Split like a week ago, so it's just like fresh in my mind, right? Of where like the dude created different personalities based off of like survival. Like he was it Dennis? I think that was the main bad dude, right? Yeah. I mean, there was the Beast, but like Dennis, I remember he was talking about it. Like Dennis was created because he had like OCD. Dennis was created because his mom would like hit him and get mad at him when things weren't clean. So he created Dennis as an OCD person in order to like survive that trauma. So that's kind of like what was happening here, of where they would put alpha in different scenarios in order to have alpha like split in some way. So okay, if I can remember different things, Omega was rage, right? That's why Tex had all these issues. Well, not only Tex was angry herself, but like the Omega program was rage. That's why Omega kept on going back to her, because like they were like so compatible, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But I still don't know why Tex could be a ghost.
Yeah.
Because they said the reason why Church can go to other places because he was an AI, but then Tex was able to do the same thing, right? Yeah. Tex was able to do the same thing. So is she like an AI program as well? I don't know if Washington knew that Church was the alpha the whole time, or when he finally heard memory, it was he kind of like was putting two together, right? That would make sense, because he didn't treat Church with like, I don't want to say respect, but he didn't treat Church as like a very high-end person in the very beginning. But it wasn't until like, after the memory's key and stuff, it made sense. So Epsilon was, it wasn't just a memory, but it was the memory of the torture. Like that's what embodied Epsilon. So I mean, which is why Epsilon kind of went crazy or suicidal, because if all you have in your mind is like those agonizing memories, you would probably be crazy.
Yeah.
And we were under the assumption that Epsilon created suicide in Washington's head, because that's been stated of like, or I think it's been stated. Maybe we just assumed that he went suicidal in the head. But in actuality, they took it out before it quote unquote created suicide. Yeah, unfortunate. They took it out and they just stored Epsilon. And Washington did not have, or Washington wasn't crazy. He just acted very hesitant towards any other AI because he did remember some things of the Alpha AI, but he didn't want it to be clear, right? And if he had another AI inside him, they would be able to go through his memories and
Yeah.
like say, hey, he's got these memories. So okay, he mentioned different AIs. Omega was Rage, Delta was Logic, Epsilon was memory, I guess, and then he also mentioned Sigma was creativity, which it's weird that he named off all the ones that we knew, then he added in Sigma as just like a random caveat. My multiple years of game theory leads me to assume that was placed very intentionally. So, as for what Sigma is, it could be the meta.
Could be.
I mean, one of them, because there was like 6 or 7 of them in there.
Or is there?
Or is there? But yeah, I just found it very odd that he just like included Sigma out of nowhere. Gosh, what else is there? It just seems like the whole like first 3 episodes we watched was just so. He was just pushed to the side just based off this last one, because I don't know.
Oh yeah, the last one was.
The last one just completely destroyed the other 3 episodes. But it does make sense as for why Church was placed in Blood Gulch, because like no one would go there.
Yeah.
And then it also makes sense why he was relocated into a place all by himself for 14 months. That's for no one to find him.
Okay.
If there was like a visual representation of my brain, it would be like
somebody trying to.
It's like a bounce. It's like you throwing a bouncy ball in a enclosed circular space that it's just bouncing all like in different different evidences. Like I can't stop and look at one evidence without like looking at another one, without looking at another one, without looking at another one. So I'm trying to stop at one place, but my mind's going like different, evidences. So it's like, where do you go? Where do you start? How do you build this case? It's weird that he was an AI and not only Gamma didn't realize it, but Omega didn't realize it. And Gamma was the one that was like bringing him back in time, bringing him forward in time, and stuff like that. But I mean, I guess Washington did say that Delta was the logical guy, so he usually came to conclusions faster than most of the other AI. So I guess they just didn't realize they didn't have enough time to realize that Church was the actual AI, or Alpha. But then what was the memory of, because there was a memory, or like a flashback of Church and Tex, talking about, whether or not Tex should go into this freelancer group, right? Because I remember it was Church and Tex talking, because they were like dating at the time. And they were talking about how, Tex, was going to join the freelancer project.
Yeah. And
stuff like that. And then it showed Wyoming, talking to Tex, and, like belittling Church. So that, unless that's like they like
Planted memory.
Yeah, planted memory, or like they, like, what's it, retconned it out, or somehow Church was like originally a person before.
Or maybe he was already the AI there.
No, because Washington made it seem like Church wasn't the AI until the freelancers, or the freelancer with the AI attempted to go steal it, right? Because Washington said that when the freelancers attempted to go steal the AI, they took Alpha out of the freelancer facility because in fear that they were trying to take it again, right? So it would seem to me either Church was an actual person that maybe died in battle, but they took his memories and shoved it into the Alpha AI, so the Alpha AI just thought he was Church. Or I don't know. Write in the comments below, I guess, trying to explain things without spoiling it.
Jesus, Adrian, it's right in front of you. We all know Nate doesn't get it. It's God.
We expected more of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we missed anything, write in the comments. No spoiling. But I'm gonna, obviously watch it again and stuff like that.
Why don't you recap again?
I am not recapping this again. Can I stop it? No, I did not. Oops.
Oopsie.
This will be a lot. But I don't know.
Wise words from a wise man. Why is that, Adrian?
What are they gonna do with this information? I have no idea. They're gonna integrate Epsilon with Church.
Or Church with Epsilon? Or
I have no idea.
Mm.
I feel like Church would be able to handle Epsilon because they're basically the same thing, same person. Hopefully you guys understand, right, where I'm coming from. There's just so much like evidence that you're trying to like shift through that you can't come to conclusion because
They
you
see
keep on.
it already.
Yeah, you know what? I'm honestly starting to think. I mean, if we go towards like the director and the chairman, it's just back and forth banter where the chairman's accusing the director of breaking the laws, which obviously he has broken. But then the director is kind of throwing shade on the chairman, saying like, "Oh, this is for a political clout. If you expose the freelancer thing, this will boost your standings in the military and stuff like that. So this is why you're doing it. Whatever, Panther." Yeah. So I'm guessing the director has to do something drastic. There you go. In order to kind of like, I don't know, fix this issue. I don't know. I don't know.
Mind wipes for everybody.
Yep. I'm done. I quit. I'm done. I don't know.
Quit? Jesus.
I don't even know.
That was a little, God, man. Drama queen. I can't figure out how to quit.
You know what?
I hate you, Nate.
I was so brain dead.
You can never recap shit.
I drank out of an empty can. That's where I'm at right now.
You got a couple drops out of it.
I got like one drop. Yeah, I don't know.
Are you gonna say goodbye or anything? You're just gonna get up and turn off the thing? Jesus Christ.
If you liked our reaction, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys
want us to let us know anything else about this,
put a conversation down
down
below.
there. And we'll see you next time. You'll be okay. Wait till next week. Alright?
Bye.